Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Tittle Tattle Tarot. It's Georgie, and on the table today I have Tarot of the Abyss. Um, I thought that this was a very appropriate deck of cards. It was actually one of my lovely subscribers who pointed this out to me, and it's about James Cameron. I hadn't really noticed his comments on YouTube, his comments all in the media about the Titan submersible. I hadn't realized how much he commented until I actually did a little search. I wanted to find out a little bit more about James Cameron, and all I got were pages and pages and pages of this man spouting off about he knew this was going to happen. Well, it's a damn shame that he didn't say before that this was going to happen, seeing as he knew so much. Made me quite angry, made me very angry, that he damn well knew what was going to happen and hasn't he voiced it. I am not a film watcher. I've never seen Titanic. I've never seen any of his films. I did a little search on him and I've heard of the films that he's directed. I'm not a film watcher. I have no interest in this man whatsoever, but didn't he spout off? And as I say, just pages and pages of criticism over this. Now, this is something that obviously needs to be criticised, but, James Cameron seems to have just stuck his neck out, put his beak in, and, felt that it is his right to really criticise this. Now, that being said, I wanted to look at the man himself. So James Cameron, what is his life like? And this was of great interest to me then. What do people think about this man? He's been divorced 4 times, had 5 marriages. So, what is he like to be married to? Let's just ask the Tarot of the Abyss. What's he like to be married to? Temperance in reverse. Well, that's not very stable energy. Temperance in reverse. What's he like to be married to? I've asked. Well, this way up, you're the healing balm on troubled waters. If you had a Temperance as a relationship, husband and wife, this would be very loving and giving. It would be very calm. It would be, what can I do for you? Oh, your feet need rubbing. Let me rub your feet. Let me, let me massage your back. Let me do something for you. What can I do for you? How can I help you? Temperance in reverse is not so much like that. It's ungrounded. I think that this is very much putting yourself first rather than sort of thinking, what can I do for you? It's kind of, what can you do for me? That is my opinion of Temperance, and I could be totally wrong. But that was just my question, asking about what a marriage would be like to James Cameron. I heard that he was a very aggressive, dictatorial director, especially in his earlier years. I think, in fairness, he has mellowed out over the last, God knows how long, but he has mellowed out. But in his early years, very, very dictatorial and aggressive, and was not appreciated. So let's just look at the early years of Cameron's career. What was he like in those early years? The Tower. Yeah. Tower isn't the utmost disaster, but he did a lot of disaster movies, didn't he? I guess, and I think he probably was a bit of a disaster working with this man. I think that he was arrogant. Let me just pull a card on that. Was he arrogant? This thought about aggressiveness and I just want to know, was there arrogance there? 10 of Pentacles. It's all about money. It's all about money, making money. And I would imagine that, of course, making films is a very expensive business. And you're not going to want any time wasted. Time is money, isn't it? Let's just go into this money side of things. So the actual schedules of the films, this is all money, the schedule of the film, 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords is the stabs in the back. You're lying prone and you've been stabbed in the back. I would think that he would do anything to bring these films in on time. Understandable, of course, there's a lot of money riding on a film, but I think the methods that he would have used, the Ten of Swords is really, one sword will well, one sword will kill someone, won't they? Ten of Swords, it's overkill. And I think with this, the punishments and the way he handled himself, it was over the top. It was overkill. I appreciate that he needed to bring these films in on time, but his methods about it were overkill. So I know that he worked on Aliens, and that was a sequel to Alien. He worked on Aliens at Pinewood Studio here in the UK. What did Pinewood Studio think about this young director at the time? Pinewood Studio. Death. Yeah, I see the death card here as, he came in, he wanted to do something, he wanted to do this sequel, and I think that probably a lot of people thought, oh, just leave Alien the way it was. You don't need an Aliens. You don't need a sequel. As it happened, he made a bloody good sequel. It was like the Phoenix rising up. It was a very good sequel. But, what about these employees at Pinewood? How did he treat the employees at Pinewood Studio in London? Wheel of Fortune, very up and down, very mixed. I take this as being never quite knowing what the situation's going to be. I would imagine that, very unpredictable character. Will he be in a good mood? Will he be in a bad mood? Tell me more. Tell me more about this. Tell me more about the relationship. The moon, again, you don't know what this person's thinking. This kind of goes with the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is that very sort of up one day, down the next. Then we've got the moon. What's he thinking? What's on his mind? I think he was a very hard man to get to know. I mean, dealing with probably a British crew is going to be different to dealing with an American crew. I heard that we have tea breaks, very important to us. 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock tea break. Tea and biscuits. That's what the British workforce lives for, tea and biscuits. And I don't think he appreciated that. What did he feel about tea and biscuits? The Awakening, judgment. This is the Awakening is judgment in reverse. He didn't judge that well at all. He wasn't happy about tea and biscuits at all. Very bad judgment, waste time, waste money, no, didn't want that. Damn me, you probably shouldn't have a pee break, let alone a tea break. So, very bad. No, do not want that. This way up, it would be okay, surely you need your tea break, have your tea break, come back refreshed, and we get on with filming. Everybody's happy, keep everything nice, the Awakening, the judgment. Yes, good judgment. Have a nice cup of tea, and then we get on with it, and everybody's settled, everybody's had what they need. But no, can't have that. I did hear that he got so angry with the tea trolley coming round that he flipped it over. Poor tea lady, is that true? Did he really flip over a tea trolley? Really? Really? Tipped over a tea trolley? Let's have a look. Strength, yeah. Strength is often like the kind strength, doing things in a kind way, Virgin and the line, this was to assert his strength. It wasn't in a kind way, I don't think. So let me just pull another card on that, because we haven't got strength in reverse, but it was like him thinking that he is doing the utmost to make himself a strong leader. Three of Wands. Yeah, again, it's all about these ships coming in. It's all about, got to pull this film in on time. Got to, can't waste time. I'm going to be a strong director. We can't waste time with all this tea business. Just got to keep going. So let me just pull another one on this. Got to keep going. Four of Swords. Well, this is like your Coffin card, and he really pushed people. I'm not saying he pushed them to the Coffin card, but you know, it pushed people to almost to a breakdown situation. They hated working for him at Pinewood. And I think that when he left, he said he gave some kind of speech and said, the only thing that I'm really pleased with is that I never have to come back here, and you poor bastards are going to remain being here. It was something really pithy and pretty horrible that he said. And the Four of Swords, I think that was the end of it. It was just a really bad taste in the mouth. This is the card of just need to lie down after this man's gone home and recover, because it just takes so much out of you. So, there were various other films. There was a film called The Abyss, I believe. So I've got the Tower of the Abyss here. What was The Abyss like, that film? What was that like? Oh God, absolute nightmare. Look at that. Sleepless nights for the actors involved. I understand with The Abyss that a lot of it was filmed in tanks, water tanks. And, you talk about Cameron sort of saying, oh, security and everything being safe. Well, people nearly died on that particular film set because, of his recklessness. So I'm not going to go into all these films, but, he is just, he was a really unpleasant director in his early years. He was arrogant and he wouldn't listen. So, to say that the owner of this little submarine, this little submersible, was arrogant and wouldn't listen, well, it's a bit like the pot calling the kettle black. I don't think this man has any right to really criticize what's happened. Of course he has. Everybody can say, we don't agree, this shouldn't have happened. But to actually have so many interviews about it and get his beak in everywhere about this, when he is far from the glowing, concerning person that he's portraying himself to be. Very, very easy to be wise after the event, isn't it? So now, he's a different person. I think he has mellowed, and I don't think that being directed by him is anything like it used to be. But his background of this bad temperedness, apparently he called Kate Winslet. Kate weighs a lot. I mean, oh my God, how I can't believe that. Kate Winslet, beautiful Kate Winslet. He called her Kate weighs a lot. Six of Cups in reverse. The Six of Cups, this is your sort of Six of Cups the right way up. This is remembering things fondly, fond memories of something, a past event. So if Kate Winslet had had a good time on Titanic, she'd remember back fondly. Be nice nostalgia. No, it isn't nice nostalgia for Kate Winslet. I believe that she was quite injured. She had health problems, and he had a bad temper. And then this name, Kate weighs a lot. Kate Winslet. My God, that is vile. That is absolutely vile. Yeah, Six of Wands in reverse. The Six of Wands the right way up. This is celebrating someone. This is him saying to her, you've done a marvelous job, you're great, well done, Kate. Look, she's taking a bow. Absolutely fantastic. What a wonderful actress you are. I'm so lucky to have had you in this film. But no, Kate weighs a lot, and not celebrating this girl at all. She was a young girl at the time, wasn't she? So I just wanted to throw a few cards on Mr. James Cameron. I don't think he comes across as a very nice character. Of course, what happened with this little submersible, and the correct authorities will make sure that, whatever investigation needs to happen happens, and the correct people will, comment on this and will decide what is to happen. But James Cameron, for all of his experience at sea, and I know that he's a very, very well-respected diver and what have you, knows all about the Titanic and what have you. But you know, he needs to shut up now, because his past is far from glowing, and the things that he said to people and done to people, and the risk that he has put people through in the films that he made in his early years, I think it's just time for this gentleman to be quiet now. So I don't know what you think about James Cameron. Maybe you feel that he has every right to, you know, go on every single channel and talk about this. He does have every right, but you know, I would like to know what you think about it. These are hardly glowing cards at all. I understand he's mellowed now, and thank God for that, because I don't think anybody, I think he would be on his fifth divorce by now if he hadn't mellowed. So I'm going to leave it there, and hopefully he will leave it there, and he'll wind his neck in and pull his beak back, and will stop commenting on this dreadful situation, and let the people you know, involved in this, the families involved in this, just have a little bit of peace, and you know, without him putting in his 50 cents worth. So goodbye from me. I'll leave this with you. Let me know what you think. And until next time, bye-bye.